getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip-hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field. Smoke News TV. I sit back and wait on it, cause the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building, breaking down the latest. Every story got layers, everybody got opinions. I'ma do the homework first, looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Close Smoke News TV. We back in the bill. Smoke News TV. We back in the. No bias over here. I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hype your boy up. Every time the smoke rises, you already know where to pull up. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Yeah. This is Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Let's get to it. Smoke News TV, where the truth gets revealed. Every headline getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip-hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field. Smoke News TV. I sit back and wait on it, cause the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building, breaking down the latest. Every story got layers, everybody got opinions. I'ma do the homework first, looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Close Smoke News TV. We back in the bill. Smoke News TV. We back in the. No bias over here. I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hype your boy up. Every time the smoke rises, you already know where to pull up. Smoke News TV. We back in the building.
All right, man. We back. What y'all thought you had to take a little nap right quick, but we right back up. Yeah, that portion. We back. What's good out there, man? Let's get some more people in the building. I don't know where everybody at. People that's coming in, smash the like button. Please do me that favor. Grab your membership. Get down with Team Smoke. Support the channel. The like button is free. We got the Cash App in the band if you want to donate, support the channel also. We got the Super Chat. You can support the channel that way. And you can support the channel by hitting the like, 3 buttons on the video, and hit the hype button. You know what I mean? And share the video, by the way. Share the video on all platforms. So wherever you at, share the video. Share it to other social media platforms also. That's how we're gonna grow. That's how we're gonna grow our audience over here. Everybody else could come over here too. Peace to Trenton, man. Shout out to Trenton. You already know what's going on, Devon. What's good, man? Yeah, so you know, we back. You know, we got a lot of things we got to review, obviously, like always. Things don't add up. Things don't make up. Every day is new news. Every day is breaking news. So now you got Mr. Fart over there. We're going to call him Fart. His father is basically hiring a lawyer to sue Ben Crump for defamation of character. Now, he's basically suing Ben Crump and his cap, saying they put false allegations about him and his family, him and his son, this and that. And now they're going to go after Ben Crump and they camp over there to try to sue them. He even got $50K on a reward to try to find out their side of the information, which I don't understand, because you should have put the $50K in the beginning of this goddamn case when it first happened. But they want to play chess instead of checkers. They want to wait till everybody talk. Then they want to drop $50K. So now they drop the $50K on their behalf. to see if they could get somebody on the island and talk for them. That's all that 50K is about, coming from their side of the family. Because we got, we got Fart family that put up 50K, and we got Fart family where his dad is actually in the pursuit of suing Ben Crump for defamation of character, whatever you want to call it. But I don't understand how you're gonna win that when his buddies over there doing interviews, putting names all in the air for people to go look up and see who the hell he is. Now, if your friend Warren would have never, did the interview and never mentioned a name, nobody would have never looked up Mr. Fart and the other buddies. So you can't blame people for that shit, to be honest. Like, come on now. Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, Fart. You know why they doing that, Fart and his family over there? The reason why Fart and his family over there doing that is because, he got a college career, football career, whatever. He's a kicker over there, a punter. I guess he's, known whatever, Fart. He's a good punter. I don't know how good he is. I'm going to go check it out. But, college season's coming up. So they can't have all this back end stories on Fart while he's going into the season. That part, what do we talk about? When Fart go in the locker room, you know how many brothers in that locker room going to look at Fart different? I'll sit back and wait. You know how many brothers, how many players in the locker room that's black, whatever, color, whatever you want to call it. You know how they're going to look at Fart when he starts the season of college? That's why they doing all this. Come on, y'all ain't peeped the math on this? College football starting soon. He played for college. He's a starting punter. He got to go in the locker room. People, all the brothers in the locker room going to look at him crazy. That's not a good atmosphere for him. He going to end up having to transfer somewhere, to be honest. Let's get this copyright out the way, man. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational, entertainment purpose. The clips and the videos I play, they also owned by the original creators. So, yeah, like I said, the reason why they got the lawyer, they put up 50K, because number one, with the 50K, they're trying to get somebody from their side of the island. All the people that was out there at 6 p.m. Because, Warren and them said last time they seen Nolan was at 6. So they're trying to put the 50K to get somebody to talk on that side. But we can't believe that side, to be honest. Anybody can lie for the 50K, or anybody can just throw a false narrative. Then y'all want to hire a lawyer because football season is coming. That's going to look bad on Fart when he goes in the locker room when he starts his college career, his football career coming up, if he even get a chance to get on the field. Because he might have to transfer, like I said. There's going to be too much chaos, too much distraction. There's going to be too much going on for Fart for him to play football. So I don't see how that's going to work out, to be honest. But good luck on that note, to be honest, kid. And you can't blame nobody. Shout out to North Carolina in the building, man. Shout out to all my mods that's just joining in now. Hello, everyone. Justice for Nolan. That's a fact. Wait till they go back to school. That part, Devon. That part. You ain't missed nothing, Dante. We just started. Oh, we got an interview, too, from the lady that broke that audio down. Shout out to Janetta. She did an interview with Ball Alert. Shout out to Ball Alert over there. Make sure y'all go follow Ball Alert. We got an interview with them. Know what I mean? She dropped a little clip right quick. And we're going to get to more shit. We got Nancy Grace still covering this shit. We're going to get to her. We got a whole bunch of shit going. And I got a little history to show y'all, too. Something that happened 2 years ago that made the news. That made the news down there in Jackson County by 5 officers, some shit. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to, we got some shit. Oh, yeah, we're going to pull up tonight. Y'all might as well pull up tonight. He said Warren and Buddies had different type of frames. That's a fact. You got 3, 430, and then you got 6. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Come on, man. Let's get them likes up, man. We got over 100 people so far in the building, man. Let's get close up to 50 likes, close to 100 likes. We only got 38 likes. Let's get them likes up a little bit more, gang. Let's get some people to get up in the building. I know people just getting out of work, getting themselves together. Go get your little glass, go get your wine, whatever. Go do what you do, know what I mean? Go roll that up, know what I mean, for Nolan, know what I mean? Light one up, know what I mean? Do what we do over here, man. Because we trying to find out the truth here. They trying to spin narratives. That's all they trying to do throughout this whole goddamn case. And it's been almost a month already, and we still going through this shit. No autopsy, nothing. Make it make sense. Shout out to Smoking All the Black Media, Internet Undefeated. That's a fact. Shout out to Robert Childs, man. I appreciate that, chat. Yeah, somebody got to cover it, right? I'm trying to tell you. I appreciate that. Shout out to Fantasia. If I'm pronouncing it right, Fantasia Evans. Shout out to Fantasia, man. Shout out to Tasia, man. Or Tisha. Tasia or Tisha. Which one is? I think it's Tasia, right? I'm pronouncing it the first time for Tasia. Salute. Shout out to Sugar Mama, man. She said, I'm making dead end. You know, I'm already blowing a big one down. Pause. I know that's right. I know that's right. Got to calm down the anxiety. You know, anxiety be kicking up a little bit. I got to calm down the anxiety a little bit now. Yeah. You know, I got to calm down a little bit of anxiety. Yeah. Shout out to all the states that passed the law for us to calm down the anxiety without getting charged for some BS law. Know what I mean, charged whatever for marijuana. Yeah. Shout out to all the states that passed the law for everybody to calm down the anxiety. To go hit these little smoke shops and do what we do. Dispensaries. Shout out to all the good dispensaries out there too. Shout out to all y'all. Oh yeah, by the way, any dispensaries want a promotion, come holler at me, man. I'm here. We could talk numbers. Hit my email, hit my inbox, all my social media. I got social media box. I mean Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I mean hit my inbox. Just hit me up, man. We could talk, man. Any dispensaries out there that want any promotion, hit me up. We could talk. Let's talk some numbers. He said I put his ass to the test and sent him to Southwest MS. Get that money, Smoke. You already know, man. It's to that point now. I'm about to start promoting people's stuff. So anybody got any promotion going on, dispensaries, stuff like that? You got anything? Anybody got any independent? Hit my inbox. We could talk a little numbers. Nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Get you a little promotion for a whole 30 days for anything you got going on. And this is for anybody in the chat also. This is anybody that's watching. I mean, hit my inbox, and I'll promote y'all stuff. Try to get y'all stuff out there too, whatever y'all got going on, you did. But let's get to the interview, man. Let's get to this interview with Janetta Bradley. She the lady that went viral and broke down the 911 call, and you can hear everything in the background. She the one that broke this shit down. Let's get to a quick little interview she did with Ball Alert. Shout out to Ball Alert. Make sure y'all go on, follow them, subscribe to them. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Because we got a long day. Y'all already know how I do.
When I heard can we cover this up? Yeah, I thought all about that. There was instant anger, disgust. I was disheartened.
It just seems like more things are being added faster than questions are being answered. My name is Lamaya Perlina. I am the lifestyle and culture journalist at Baller Alert. Let's break this all down. So this is Janetta Brantley. She is the woman who enhanced that release audio connected to the Nolan Wells case. Janetta is an audio engineer. She is a music composer and founder of Audio Done Right, a post-production company specializing in all things sound and music.
When you first heard it without you touching it at all, what was your initial reaction and thought?
I played it and I was like, wait a minute. Am I tripping? Because ain't no way they're yelling Nolan when, allegedly or supposedly he wasn't on the boat.
To be very clear on her next steps, Janetta did say that no one paid her, no one asked her to enhance the audio, but she did import the MP3 into her professional audio engineering systems that did not require any AI assistance.
What would have been the difference between using AI on this audio versus not using it?
It could literally introduce sounds that were never there to begin with. And because I know that, that's the 100% main reason why I chose not to use any type of AI, including the plugins that I know is AI assisted at its core.
So she went to work on it, differentiating audio channels, enhancing the frequency, but more specifically, she was able to identify the background noise, what was really said or could have been said during that call.
Towards the end of that first 37-second clip, the damn it, Bart, I heard it loud and clear. And then the second half of that was faint, but I heard it. When I heard at first, whatever the name was, really dead now, that did something to me. I can't even put to words the emotions I felt then.
Janetta's audio enhancements have not been analyzed, confirmed, or denied by any officials at this time. In fact, she says no one of the sort has even contacted her for further investigation. But, I mean, it does still pose the question, what exactly happened to Nolan Wells?
It's sad how they trying to discredit that lady. That lady did that shit on the behalf because she know how to do enhance it, break shit down. That's her profession. That's what she go to school. Then they try to discredit her and try to kill her character. Pause. They try to damage her character, and the internet try to show like jail footage of her. Know what I mean, footage of her going and getting checked in for certain charges. She rebutted with that. She came back and said, "Hey, I don't deny none of my little petty charges that I went through, but y'all can't tell me what I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. I know how to mess with audio. I got a profession with that." So when she broke that audio down, the TMZ 911 call, how everybody gonna get mad? That's why we got Ben Crump that said he's gonna go over that TMZ 911 call. Because if you got a outside person named Janetta Brantley, shout out to her, if she ever watched these videos, shout out to you for doing your work. If you got a woman like that could do it, what make you think Ben Crump and the experts can't do it also now? Now, a lot of people saying that's AI in the back and this, oh no, that's AI saying Nolan in the back. I don't think that's AI in the back. I'm being honest. Pardon me. I don't think that lady would jeopardize everything she got going on to try to do some AI, break it down, enhanced video. I don't think that's gonna happen. She did that shit on not for nothing. She did that shit on the strength of her goddamn heart. That's exactly why she did it. And everybody going crazy over it and being upset over it. Don't be upset because we got people out here working. Y'all not working. We got the Daniel Irvin situation. Rest in peace to that young man. The police down there wasn't working either. We're going to get to all this. They ain't working either. You got the other kid that got shot talking about some Russian roulette. He was at a house party, and the majority of people was all Caucasian. He was the only black kid. I don't see that going on. What's going on with that? They're not working down there either. Anything they got to do with a young black kid for some strange reason, they're not working. There's always the parents that's working. There's always them moving their feet. There's always them that's on a hunt. There's always them that's trying to find the answers. There's always them that's questioning the authority. The authority not giving them no answers. All the way from Mississippi, all the way to all these other states that we got these cases going on. Like, come on, bro. Let's cut this shit out. That's why they say trust the process. Trust what process? The process y'all giving us, we can't trust y'all. That part. And I said back. Hello, we can't trust y'all. We can't trust y'all at all. So let's get to Ben Crump right quick. They about to hire some expert audio guys to do this audio enhance also on their behalf, because we shout out to Janetta that broke the internet because she did it. I just showed her now. She just did a quick little quick skipping interview. Go try to find the interview out on a website with over there with Ball Alert. But she did. Y'all heard what she said. She ain't do it for no money. Nobody ain't pay her. She ain't do this shit for no money. She just know how to do stuff like that. Shout out to Janetta. Let's get to Ben Crump. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Hype your boy up, man.
Are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulting with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio tapes from the CETO call in its entirety. We also, and Attorney Hertz may go into greater detail on these matters, have consulted President Mariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? Yeah. We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up. So we are going to dot every I and cross tides. It's with the oceanic tides. Yeah. We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up. So we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan.
Begging, because I'm not too proud to beg. We are begging, if any anyone knows anything. It has been 27 days since we have been able to talk to our son, to hug him, to tell him we love him. This has been the most difficult time we have ever had. I want to tell you who Nolan was. Nolan was a God-fearing, God-loving child. He loved everyone. We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers. But please understand that all of these distractions, these other questions that people, the attacks that people have sent our way, just know we will not be distracted. We are ready to do whatever we need to do as his parents to continue advocating for him, because Nolan is not here. He is not here to speak for himself. He is not here to tell us what happened. So again, we will not rest until we get answers. And if you know something, you need to let us know. Please do not be afraid. Okay? Thank you all so much again. We truly appreciate your love and support.
The disrespect that's been coming toward my wife and my family, for any parent, no matter what race you are, they need time to grieve. A parent can't grieve when you have people attacking them.
Shout out to Todd, man, for the $4.99 super chat. She said, Smokey broke that video down with no words on the screen. We know what the whole world is now hearing. That's their argument. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. The more they do interviews, the more they want to come out with stuff. We got to break more things down. That's why I say all the evidence is laid out on the table. And a lot of people see it, obviously. I can see it. Everybody else can see it. Ben Crump and them can see it. But sometimes it take a little bit more, a little bit more energy to put that shit out there. But we can absolutely agree there's a cover up though. But I appreciate that, Todd, because we're gonna continue talking about this. We're gonna break everything down. I even got a video, and I totally forgot about this video I'm gonna get to later on soon, about how Mississippi get down with their law enforcement down there in Jackson County. Yeah, that part. So yeah, we're gonna break more things down because Mississippi, we still waiting for the autopsy. Jackson County, Ocean Springs. I don't know what y'all doing, but we still waiting, man. We still waiting. Shout out to Todd for that $4.99 super chat. Yeah, let's continue to keep their foot on their neck. That's a fact, Devon.
Attacking their jobs, attacking their character, just attacking them, period. Like, where's the empathy at? We, as Americans, this is a diverse country.
Yep.
Not no one race made this country. We all made this race, made this country. So we all need to come together. And like I said, if you know something, please come forward and just call our attorneys, give them information, and they'll take it from there. Just help us out, and not just us, but all these families. All these families need answers. Anyone with information on any one of these cases, please come forward, because losing a child is something that you got to live with for the rest of your life. Thank you.
Sad moment, man. Nobody don't want to go through that, man. But we got a whole nother situation. Now, rest in peace to Daniel Irvin. Now, his mom went up there and she spoke. And I'm glad the way she spoke is kind of similarities to Nolan mom. You know, they had to jump up, do what they got to do. They had to go look for information, go knock on doors, or go call and see what's going on. That's what Daniel Irvin mom did. And the sad part about this situation with Daniel Irvin, may that little kid, may his soul rest in peace. He was actually down with a swimming team. He was down with a swim. He knew how to swim. He was a competitor. So he was down with the swimming team at the school and all this, the program and everything. So the Daniel know how to swim. How the hell this kid jump from the bridge, fall down in the water, and all of a sudden y'all gonna consider him drowning? Y'all consider as a drowning. And then the two kids he was with, they actually tampered the evidence tampered the phone, threw his clothes on top of a little breeze, on tree branches and everything. This is mom now coming up on a panel. She about to speak. Peep this shit out. See what she had to go through down there with her son's situation. Same situation like this. One black kid, but this time it was one black kid and two white kids that allegedly they was going fishing. And they picked Daniel up. I think they picked Daniel up, if I'm mistaken, or they was in the same car with Daniel. Let's get to his mom's, though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video.
May. He was unable to graduate in May. He was unable to graduate because the two boys murdered my son. They said my son jumped off a bridge, and I know that's not the truth. He was found in water. And not only that, my son was on the swim team. He was very comfortable with swimming in the pool, swimming in lakes. The autopsy report shows my son had an unobstructed airway. So my son did not drown. That he was just visiting friends in the neighborhood. Around 8 o'clock or so, I started to text Mike, call Mike. And he was an honorable child. He wanted to serve and protect, be in the military. He loved people. He always had a joke to tell. He was very comical. So I called the police the following day at 12:30 in the morning, and I said, hey, my son ID is here, and his money is here, and his social security is here, and I don't know where he's at, and this is not like him. So I'm reporting him missing under suspicious circumstances. The officers were very dismissive.
Take your time.
The officers were very dismissive. So I didn't get any information about where my son was. I canvassed the neighborhood. I knocked on doors. I asked neighbors for video footage. I had to do the footwork, the research, the investigating. I had to do it. And so to the mothers, to anyone out there who have a loved one, do not wait for the police to do their job.
She said she had to do the footwork and find out what's going on, knock on doors, try to check ring cameras, trying to see if the cars went by, trying to see anything. Something that the police should have been doing, something that Mississippi should have been doing. I don't understand what the hell is going on here. A lot of strange situations that people getting on live with these black kids. And y'all just want to write it off and act like nothing ever happened and try to make it seem like it was an accident or something with these cases. Come on, man. We got to cut that shit out right there. The same way y'all treat the others for y'all treat their cases fair, it's the same way these cases and these situations and these tragic stories, they should be treated fair too, man. There's no difference.
Crump's press conference. Just finished Attorney Ben Crump's press conference about Nolan Wells, Daniel Irvin, and Tyler Smith. First and foremost, we're going to start with Nolan Wells. The family attorney is now working with the district attorney. And there's a tentative agreement on a joint investigation to have a forensic investigation on the phones that were involved around Nolan Wells' unaliving. That will be handled with independent investigators, the FBI, and the DA. And they're still waiting on the coroner's results because y'all do remember that they never got the neck of Nolan Wells. So it's important to remember that we don't know if he was drowned or not because Dr. Mitchell could not examine the lungs, his airways, his stomach contents, original body condition, or the toxicology. Let's hope the coroner turns them over. Next up, Daniel Irving, who went out with two friends and allegedly drowned even though he was a swimmer, a competitive swimmer. From what we know from Daniel's mother, the police were dismissive. It took them 35 hours. Enter Daniel's name in the state missing persons system. She said that she had to do all the legwork to figure out what happened to her son. And the two white boys that were with him, they threw away his phone and his clothes. It deleted all the messages between them and Daniel. And guess what they only got charged with? Tampering. Daniel's mother and attorney Ben Crump wants this to go to a grand jury. There's no way in hell they did all of that and this boy just drowned by accidentally jumping in water as a competitive swimmer. And last we have Tyler Smith, who went to a party and allegedly was playing Russian roulette and the gun popped off on his head. I'm sorry, Russian roulette is not something black kids do. That just sounds stupid. Tyler's grandmother was told that it was accidental and that they should just live with that answer. On top of that, his grandmother said that the police did not check his hand for gun residue. Said it wouldn't make any sense because all the kids were shooting the gun. And the initial firearm that was recovered didn't match the casing that came from Tyler's head. They had to go hunt for that gun. And when they found it, they didn't arrest the boy that had it. They relied on these young boys' testimonies instead of actually doing their damn job. Now, all three of these boys were 18 years old. They all died within a 3-month span of each other. Attorney Ben Crump has asked us to keep talking. Their parents and their families say keep talking. And that's exactly what we're going to do. My prayers are with every last one of these young.
Nearly 10 days since the Lexington family.
Let's get to Tyler Smith right quick, because I want y'all to see what's going on with Tyler Smith's situation. Now, this kid went to a party, and they're allegedly trying to say that they was playing Russian roulette. He was like the only black kid there. That's me. You know, Ben Crump mentioned that with the press conference today when he had all the families there. He had Tyler Smith family there. He had Daniel Irvin family there, and he also had Nolan Wells family there. And they trying to say that, you know, he was about the only black kid in the party. I don't know if he was the only one, but when you say you about the only one, you about two or three of them niggas with you in the building probably. They trying to say they're playing Russian roulette. Next to Tyler Smith shot himself with the gun. That's the narrative going around with this case right here with Tyler Smith. This kid ain't no gangbanger. He don't seem like that. Let's get to the news clip and y'all can see his family and y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this. I don't get the vibe of this kid being bugged out and all that. Nah. There's some shit going on. Somebody played with the gun and they let off a shot and that shit hit off Tyler. And now everybody's covering up in that goddamn house party. That's what's going on.
Their loved one from what police say was a self-inflicted gunshot wound on 4th of July. But the family is disputing the Lexington Police Department's claim that the shooting was self-inflicted and believes someone else was behind the gun. And tonight's big story at 11.
I'll never exist the same.
Man, my nephew, man, he could, I've never seen him upset. I've never seen my nephew mad. I've only seen him be that little dude who was always just happy. Always, Uncle, how can I help? Always being that big brother to his siblings.
18-year-old Tyler Smith, a Lafayette High School graduate. His family describes him as one of a kind, the type of person that would just go out in the world and make it happen.
Nana, this week I'm detailing cars, next week I am cutting lawns, and the week after that I am dismantling trees. And always looking to grow to the next level.
But his future was cut short on July 4th when Smith died from what police say was a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the 3800 block of Blue Bonnet Drive in Lexington.
There is this black hole. There's this lull in there somewhere that when I do my duckling head count, one's missing.
Blame, guilt, confusion. I felt heavy. Every piece of my body was just heavy.
On July 10th, Lexington police arrested 20-year-old Bryce Chestnut and charged him with evidence tampering in connection to Smith's death. Both Niecy Anderson, Smith's grandma, and Trayvon Petty, Smith's uncle, say the shooting was not accidental.
I absolutely do not believe it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Anderson and Petty agree that Smith never had a history of suicidal tendencies.
And there was nothing about him gave any signs or resemblance of depression. I work in mental health. I know a lot of what that looks like, and I can tell you that there were no signs.
That's not Tyler's character. He loved.
Remember, this story happened on 4th of July also weekend. The same weekend it happened in Nolan Wells, this happened down there in Lexington, Kentucky. 4th of July. They arrested a kid. The kid, I think he's called Cage, if I'm mistaken. Obviously, yes, because basically he was in a house with a house party, a lot of white people in the house party. They only
He was the party of the room that he just.
Wound, and she has more questions than answers.
If you were to ask
That at all.
Anderson.
He loved life. He was the party of the room that he.
I know a lot of what that looks like, and I can tell you that there were no signs.
That's not Tyler's character. He loved life. He was the party of the room that he just, that was him. So they don't see him doing that at all. I don't see him doing that at all.
Anderson says the evidence doesn't add up to a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and she has more questions than answers.
If you were to ask me what do I want to come out of this, I want truth and transparency.
I personally don't want it to be another one of me. Flat out, I'm just honest. I'm tired. I'm tired, and now it hit home. It hits home. It's my nephew laying there.
I want you to know that Tyler mattered. The world is different because he's no longer here. He had a chance to make some great changes, and that was taken away from him.
LAX News has reached out to the Lexington Police Department for comment. Police say they have been in contact with the family on multiple occasions. They cannot detail specifics of the case. However, they are still following up with witnesses and other information related to the case.
Let me tell you something. There ain't no way in the world. I don't know no homies that play Russian roulette. There's no way. There's no way. Lexington, Kentucky, y'all got a lot of questions. We got some questions to ask y'all down there because there's no way this kid, you telling me that he's playing Russian roulette with all these kids and he decided to grab the gun and just off himself? Nah, we don't play them type of games, bro. His own family know they don't even play them type of games. You heard his grandmother, his mom, you heard his brother, his uncle. They say he ain't even that type. He the type to come to them. He always got a smile on the face, everything. He's a joyful kid. Nah, y'all was playing Russian roulette. That's what the hell was going on. The white boys in the house, and y'all want to play with guns, and that shot went off, and that shit hit Terrell. That's exactly what happened. May his soul rest in peace. Or probably Terrell got in an argument with y'all allegedly, and one of y'all had a weapon, y'all end up hitting him. Now y'all want to cover it up, though, right? Come on, man. Y'all tell me anybody that y'all know that played Russian roulette. I've been on this earth for man, I'm in my early 40s and all that, whatever you want to say. I ain't never in my goddamn life since I was a kid seen nobody play Russian roulette. None of my homies never played that type of game, especially when I know goddamn handgun on the table. And that's happened on the 4th of July, too. That's the crazy part. He said, I believe, he said, who are the 7-year-old international monster play Russian roulette? That's what I'm saying. They really got the nerve to say that. And then they arrested the kid. They didn't want to show the kid face. I try to find him. For some strange reason, they don't even got a photo of this dude. But anyway, I'm thinking he's Caucasian, obviously, because the Tyrell went to a car. They said it was mostly white kids in there. So he knew the people. But that's the first thing y'all come up with, that they was playing Russian roulette. And y'all went back and told the family, like, oh yeah, y'all can go to sleep now. We figure it out. He's playing Russian roulette. He basically just was playing a suicide game. You think his family really was gonna believe that shit? Like Nolan Wells' family, like Daniel Irvin family? Come on, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. That's why I had to go back to that story. I said, yo, let me go back to that story and see what's going on right quick. But they don't even got that much information going out. I went back, trying to look for Terrell's own Smith story so much. They don't even got that much information. They really running off. That's why Ben Crump jumped on that case. Pause. That's why he mentioned that in the press conference today. When y'all seen them 3 young men on the stand, when they had pictures, that was Nolan Wells, Daniel Irvin, and that was Tyler Smith. And that shit happened on 4th of July. Tyler Smith having a 4th of July weekend, they arrested somebody for tampering with phone on July 10th. Tampering don't mean shit, though. What that mean? Is that dude going to tell? He can be like, yo, I just had this phone. I didn't know what was going on. Then they don't even explain what type of tampering was going on Tyler Smith case. They don't say it was deleting messages. They don't say it was delete photos. They don't say none of that shit. Come on, man. He said, this is history covering up. He said, nah, bro, that doesn't even sound right. He said, that's a classic tell. That's a setup. That's a fact. Shout out to Miss Toby, right? Russian roulette. Yeah, that's playing Russian roulette over there. You can go to sleep now. Yeah, I can go to sleep over there, the Smith family. Nah, the Smith family, like, hell no. We know our son. Y'all crazy? We know our nephew. We know our grandchild. Y'all crazy? He's the life of the goddamn family when he walks in the building. And grandma says she work in mental places, so she know mental health when she see one. That part, what we talking about? You gonna say grandma lying now? You gonna say grandma ain't got no history? Grandma got a lot of history. She been on this earth more than anybody. More than anybody that's over there. And she been dealing with mental people when at her job. So she know mental health when she see one. And when y'all heard her in the news report, she said, yo, I ain't clearly see no mental health on my grandchild. Oh, that's her son. Pardon me, I think it's a son or a grandchild, either one. Come on, man. Cut that shit out. She said, Lexington is home for me. They definitely lying. Whole story's a lie. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Leanne. Shout out to Leanne for saying Lexington is home. But she said, man, they lying down there. I know that's right, Leanne. I know that's right. Let's continue, though, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get 150 likes in the building, man.
The ultimate trap. Hughley just set the ultimate trap, and Officer Tatum walked right into it. For weeks now, Brandon Tatum has been riding high off his coverage of the Nolan Wells situation. He claimed he was just an unbiased voice looking for the truth. But behind the scenes, every move he made seemed designed to redirect public focus away from the primary suspects and shift suspicion onto the few black individuals present. All it took was a calculated jab from D.L. Hughley to shatter that neutral image and force Tatum to reveal his true colors.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian D.L. Hughley just said about me. Posted a picture of me and my wife. To do what? To be a racist?
When D.L. Hughley finally fired back after weeks of Tatum throwing shade, Tatum tried to play the victim immediately. He hopped on his channel crying foul because DL posted a picture of him and his wife, calling it racist. But hold on a second. This is the same Brandon Tatum who has repeatedly claimed that racism is dead and doesn't exist in modern society. So by his own logic, how can anyone be acting out of racism toward him? DL wasn't trying to insult Tatum's family. He was pointing out the lens through which Tatum operates. Tatum has essentially been doing PR work for potential suspects in the Nolan Wells case while publicly tearing down Nolan's grieving mother. Nolan's mom didn't point fingers at anyone. She simply begged for answers and transparency regarding her son. Yet Tatum labeled her a race hustler and a grifter. DL exposed Tatum's background and positioning to explain why he's working overtime to defend the suspects and undermine black voices asking for justice.
D.L. Hughley definitely got a fact. Because why Tatum going extra hard to defend them for some strange reason? I don't understand that. I know Tatum, you black, but that's kind of strange. Also, how you defended them how you going out your way extra miles to defend them. It's kind of weird. I ain't gonna hold you on that. Definitely kind of weird on that. Smash that like button, gang. Oh, let me get to this story right here. Hold up. Let me show you how Jackson County get busy. Give me 1 second. We uploading the video right now. Let me show y'all how Jackson County Sheriff Department gets busy. Now, we got an old case here. This shit happened a couple years ago. I think it's about 6 officers. They went into a house. Now, there was 2 black guys staying there. I think 1 black guy, but his friend was there. I think the black guy was staying there with basically his girlfriend was Caucasian. She was a white female. This the narrative. And they ran up in the house and they basically tortured these 2 black guys because they was dating 2 white females, I guess. Peep this shit out. I want y'all to peep this out. Now, this is Jackson County, Mississippi. Now, shout out to all my Mississippi people. I ain't saying nothing bad about y'all down there. I'm talking about the system, how the police is getting down there. Now, when I'm talking about this story right here, this happened about, I think, 2 years ago or so. We about to get to it right now. This nasty work, how the police and the sheriff's department get busy down there. Check this story out. A lot of y'all people probably forgot about this. Let me refresh your mind, though.
Police officer has been sentenced to A former Mississippi police officer has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for the racially motivated torture of 2 black men. He's the first of 6 white officers to be charged for their involvement in the January 2023 crime. CBS News national correspondent Errol Barnett is following the story.
It happened 2023, 3 years ago. I remember this story, but it fell back for a little. Not for nothing, I thought the police was going to get off, but they actually sentenced them. Peep this story out, though.
Jackson, Mississippi, for the racially motivated torture of 2 black men. He's the first of 6 white officers to be charged for their involvement in the January 2023 crime. CBS News national correspondent Errol Barnett is following the story from Jackson, Mississippi.
Egregious and despicable. Those words from a federal judge in Mississippi describing the actions of former cops Hunter Elwood, sentenced to 20 years, and Jeffrey Middleton, sentenced to more than 17 years. They, along with 4 others, some of whom refer to themselves as the Goon Squad, pleaded guilty to breaking into this home early last year without a warrant, then terrorizing and torturing 2 black men, all apparently because they stayed at this house with a white woman.
The 6 white police officers involved in this assault sought to dehumanize their victims.
During the ordeal, both were handcuffed as deputies poured milk, alcohol, and syrup on their faces, calling them racial slurs. At one point, Michael Jenkins was shot in the mouth.
Look at me, I'm looking at him, and we sat there for a minute, and he pulled the trigger.
You can see the bullet, coming out of the gun. I mean, the fire coming out, and it was horrific.
The federal charges were brought by the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division.
Hard to imagine a more atrocious set of civil rights violations than those carried out by these guys.
An investigation by the
Bro, they shot the brother in the mouth, bro. These officers allegedly, I guess I ain't gonna say allegedly, because they saying they was mad because these 2 black guys was dating white guys, I guess, in that neighborhood. I don't know what they was doing at street activities, but these officers are basically call themselves the Goon Squad. So I'm thinking they involved with narcotics. That's what I'm thinking. Once you got a nickname for your little squad, you involved with narcotics, or you involved with the gang unit. Those are the only ones that give themselves a nickname. Gang unit and the goddamn narcotic squad. Can we all agree? Yeah, the Goon Squad. Yeah, that's the narcotic squad, the gang unit. So they ran up in there because they was mad and they tortured this dude. One of them shot one of them in the mouth. The bullet went out the other side. Picture that shit. Officers coming in, boom, bone rushing. We don't know what they was coming in for. Allegedly, they was coming in for some BS. They just wanted to torture these dudes. And they tortured them. Put alcohol in them, milk, shot one of them all in the mouth. I said, what? And now we look at the Nolan Wells case. We'll make you... Hold up. Let's go back to what the DA said. Remember what the DA said? You gotta trust us. Trust the process. I'm telling you, Jackson County. Remember she said Jackson County? This is Jackson County right here. This involving Jackson County. Jackson County, trust the process. We all trying to find out what's going on. When y'all doing shit like this 3 years ago, this ain't 6 years ago. This ain't 10. This ain't 8, 7. This 3 years ago. This is fresh. They just got sentenced now. And God, they got sent. God forbid, Lord, they got sentenced because not for nothing, the Goon Squad probably would have got away with it. But they always got to set an example once in a while with certain officers. But I tell you one thing, them officers ain't going to do the whole 20 years. They ain't going to do the whole 20. They do by 10, then they come home. Do by 8, then they come home. Probably do by 5.5 and come home. That part. This is the example I'm trying to explain to y'all what's going on in Jackson County. We got people calling themselves the Goon Squad, the Sheriff's Department, all this. And they over here torturing people in the goddamn house because they dating some bunnies. Ain't that some shit? Let's continue, man.
For the racially motivated. A former Mississippi police officer has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for the racially motivated torture of 2 black men. He's the first of 6 white officers to be charged for their involvement in the January 2023 crime. CBS News national correspondent Errol Barnett is following the story from Jackson, Mississippi.
Egregious and despicable. Those words from a federal judge in Mississippi describing the actions of former cops Hunter Elwood, sentenced to 20 years, and Jeffrey Middleton, sentenced to more than 17 years. They, along with 4 others, some of whom refer to themselves as the Goon Squad, pleaded guilty to breaking into this home early last year without a warrant, then terrorizing and torturing 2 black men, all apparently because they stayed at this house with a white woman.
The 6 white police officers involved in this assault sought to dehumanize their victims.
During the ordeal, both were handcuffed as deputies poured milk, alcohol, and syrup on their faces, calling them racial slurs. At one point, Michael Jenkins was shot in the mouth.
Look at me, I'm looking at him, and we sat there for a minute, and they pulled the trigger.
You can see the bullet, coming out of the gun. I mean, the fire coming out, and it was horrific.
The federal charges were brought by the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division.
Hard to imagine a more atrocious set of civil rights violations than those carried out by these guys.
An investigation by the Associated Press revealed that since 2019, some of these deputies had been involved in at least 4 violent assaults on black men. They resulted in 2 deaths and another suffering lasting injuries.
They're not just depriving victims of their civil rights, they're degrading the public's trust.
Violent assaults. The Associated Press revealed that since 2019, some of these deputies had been involved in at least 4 violent assaults on black men. They resulted in 2 deaths and another suffering lasting injuries.
They're not just depriving victims of their civil rights, they're degrading the public's trust in our criminal justice system.
Now, there are still 4 additional deputies to be sentenced later this week, and during...
Let's get them likes up, gang. Come on, let's get them likes up to 200, man. Y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all already know y'all already know what's going on. Smash the like button, share the video, get your membership, join Team Smoke, man. Let's continue.
Hearing in the federal courthouse you see behind me, there was a moment when one of the officers who is being charged stood to address the court and said he accepts responsibility. He then apologized, John, to the 2 victims who are in the courtroom. Only one of them, Eddie Parker, then turned to him and said, "I forgive you." It was a remarkable moment.
Wow, that's extraordinary. Errol, what else should we be keeping an eye on for the rest of this week?
Well, according to the team prosecuting this case and defending the 2 victims, it isn't just about the so-called Goon Squad, this team of 6 police officers and detectives who are part of this one racist torture incident. What they're saying now is that Brian Bailey, who is the sheriff of the county department that these officers worked with, that he should resign. The victims, in fact, have a $400 million civil lawsuit they are filing against him and that department. Basically, what they're saying is none of the so-called Goon Squad who are being sentenced this week could have gotten away with what they did if it weren't for the sheriff. And I asked one of the lawyers, what do you say to people of color in this part of Mississippi who don't know if they're safe? And what the lawyer said is because of this week's sentencing, they should feel safer, but that there is a long way to go in truly bringing civil rights, equality, and justice to the people here of Mississippi.
A famous city for that.
So now you see you got some dudes that call themselves the Goon Squad down there in Jackson County, Mississippi. I don't know what town is that down there. They ain't the same sheriff. That's not the same sheriff down there in Ocean Springs, though. But yeah, so that's what we got going on here. So we got Goon Squads torturing black people 3 years ago. We got cases that's being resolved that's not being pushed. We ain't got no autopsy yet. They ignoring these cases with Nolan Wells. What sheriff department down there? What y'all doing down there? Y'all doing the same thing? Y'all covering stuff up? Y'all got a little Goon Squad going on down there? Allegedly. And everything I say is alleged. Because let me tell you something. If one department does it, I'm pretty much sure a lot of departments on that same type of energy. Can y'all agree? Oh, let me repeat myself. If one department does some type of shit like that, I'm pretty much sure there's a lot of other departments that's on that same energy. So we can't trust no process when we got stuff like that going on. Oh yeah, let me yo mods, man. Y'all gotta start getting these people up out of here that's doing this goofy shit. Let me get you out of here. You're already out here anyway. You got 2 accounts, you out here. Butt Shine, get your butt ass out of here. Goofy. Liddy, what up? Rock, what up, man? Get your membership, man. Join the squad. We ain't done. I just had to show y'all a little history what's going on last 3 years ago. Nasty work out here. That part.
You are hearing the audio distress call from the boat. That is the boat on which Nolan Wells went to Horn Island. Now, there have been a lot of different accounts about whether he was on the boat when he came back from Horn Island, when he was supposed to come back from Horn Island. He never came back from Horn Island. And you can clearly hear on that version, which we obtained from the Mississippi Department of Marine Research. They released it. It's not something off TikTok or Insta. And that's what you hear. Let me hear 184 one more time, please.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. What are we hearing?
Nancy, this is the audio call from the boat that Nolan Wells took out to Horn Island. And the boat is attempting to leave Horn Island because the boat is taking on water. What we are hearing is the call from the boat to the group they have that handles towing and other.
Let me help you. Let me help you. Reminder, Dave Mack, we've only got 1 hour to cover a lot of territory. That is the sea tow call where the grandson of the boat owner thinks that they're taking on water. Joining me right now, special guest Brandon Tatum. He is a former police officer with Tucson PD, and he is the star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's friends. Now, we're about to bring on 2 experts, each one taking a different viewpoint on that call. But, Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. No matter what you say, just know you're going to get hate mail. Doesn't matter what you say.
I ain't gonna lie. Tatum getting a lot of goddamn shine right now. And a lot of people ain't feeling his ways and all this, but God, he doing that shit on purpose. Doing that shit on purpose. Tatum doing this shit on purpose because he know goddamn well deep in his heart, deep in your heart, you know goddamn well you smell something fishy. You smell something fishy. They done took you to the island and everything. Come on, champ. Cut it out, Tatum. And let's continue, though.
If the angel Gabriel came down right now and spoke on this case, he would get hate mail. That said, what do you make of that audio, officer?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. If you put the audio within context, it is an impossibility unless these people are prophesying that somehow they're saying Nolan's name or projecting that Nolan is somehow injured, hurt, or killed, because we have witnesses that have come out.
Now, I want y'all to know this is today. Nancy went live today at 6 o'clock. She shut it down a little early, whatever, but this is today. he's gonna say, I guess the interview, I mean, he's gonna say that, oh yeah, people out there, they doing this, they doing. He always talking about what people doing in the public. But let me remind you again. I just saw the video how they police sheriff department get down. They calling themselves the goon squad. They torturing black two guys in the house because they dating white guy. What make you think somebody wasn't mad at Nolan because he had his hands all over Katie on the island and he's black? He's half black. What make you think they ain't got no hate and no type of shit that going on the island like that? If you got 6 cops that's getting sentenced on some hate crime shit, what they did to them brothers in the house because they was dating some bunnies, what make you think that shit won't go down on the island? They don't got to be police. They could be regular people. That's why I had to go back and show y'all that video because the history is there. That part. What are we talking about? You can't erase history. And that shit repeats itself, and repeats itself if they don't change that shit down there in Mississippi. Let's continue.
What do you make? We're about to bring on 2 experts, each one taking a different viewpoint on that call. But Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. No matter what you say, just know you're going to get hate mail. Doesn't matter what you say. If the angel Gabriel came down right now and spoke on this case, he would get hate mail. That said, what do you make of that audio, officer?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. If you put the audio within context, it is an impossibility unless these people are prophesying that somehow they're saying Nolan's name or projecting that Nolan is somehow injured, hurt, or killed, because we have witnesses that have come out. When I interviewed Warren, a lot of those kids that I talked to already alluded to this way before the audio came out, that they were gone. And people had already saw Nolan after they had left. The young lady, Katie, that he was hanging out with, I saw a text message from her alluding to the fact that she never saw him get on that boat at all. We have video of the boat that we shared on our social media page, and it shows all the occupants on the boat, and Nolan was not there. And so if a person thinks that they've heard something on the audio, they have to compare it with context. Maybe they said, is it dead? Talking about items that could potentially have died or damaged on the boat, given the fact that they were sinking. So I think people need to put this in context and reevaluate what they're listening to on the video, because if you are going to make a staunch stance in the wrong direction, in my opinion, by saying they're obviously talking about Nolan, it is incredibly impossible. One more thing real quick, that when you look at where they were at when they made the phone call and their GPS coordinates, it literally put them on the island. And we know, and not on the physical island, but really close proximity to the island. And we know, because we have another video of Nolan being out there and also all the other boats surrounding him, that this would have had to happen very near to hundreds of people in hundreds of different boats. So somebody would have seen something if there was a dramatic commotion like this occurring on that boat.
I hear what you're saying, Officer Brandon Tatum. That last part that you said, that there were hundreds of people around and they would have seen what happened, that part, I disagree with that. John Mobley joining us, veteran trial lawyer out of South Carolina. John, take off your defense.
That boy getting paid, yo. He getting paid. You see how Nancy disagree with that? You know why I disagree also? Because you're going to say it later also. The reason why I be bringing Nancy Grace videos when it got something to do with Nolan Wells, because she covered true crime. And her thoughts, the way we think too over here on the outside world, she think just like us. No difference. Can we all agree on that? Nancy don't be biased. Says, I've been watching this goddamn lady since a kid. She don't be biased. I can't remember, know what I mean? But this dude getting paid, bro. Number one, you want to blast Nolan Wells' family, the loved ones, everybody that's covering this, everybody that's trying to find the truth on Nolan Wells being unalive on an island. What you just said about 1 minute ago, yeah, it was hundreds of people out there. It was thousands of people out there. There was a lot of boats. Yeah, that's the thing that's strange. But one thing I can understand, pardon me, excuse me, one thing I can understand, one thing I'm going to tell you. How many crimes that we see out here and there be a lot of people around and nobody comes up and say that they seen it? Somebody could get shot right after the club, whatever. It's 50 people in the parking lot. Nobody ain't seen nothing. That shit going on right now. Hold up. What time is it? 8 o'clock at night? By the end of the night, watch that shit goes on. It's going to be either a scuffle, somebody got hurt, somebody got clap, boom, whatever, fwa, whatever, know what I mean? Or they came back, spin the block. Hundreds of people in the parking lot, nobody ain't seen nothing. So you can look at it the same way on the island. Hundreds of people on the island, nobody act like they ain't seen nothing. There's no difference. But see, the thing is, back home on the land, when you're in the club or something, people just don't want to be involved. This scenario right here, there's a lot of tight-knit community going on. Oh, I gotta repeat myself? Oh yeah, let me repeat myself. Back on land, when there's hundreds of people in the parking lot, people come back, somebody gets shot, clap, boom, fwa, whatever. 50 people in the parking lot, 60 people in the parking lot, nobody see nothing. It's different because nobody want to get involved. They don't want them people to come back and try to attack them in the city they live at or the town they live at. When it comes to this scenario is different. There's hundreds of people on the island. There ain't no clap, boom, fwa. There ain't no shots fired, none of that. It's a tight-knit community. We've been hearing that shit throughout all these interviews from his so-called friends. Yeah, tight-knit community, tight-knit community, tight-knit community. Even the sheriff said it. Yeah, Ocean Springs is a tight-knit community. I just need people to give us evidence and show us, give us photos, give us whatever y'all got out there. We are a tight-knit community. They all know each other on that island, man. They don't know Nolan like that. They mad at the simple fact that Nolan had his hands around a goddamn white girl. Let's start there. Katie head and all that was all underneath his goddamn deodorant. Pardon me, I sweat a little bit, so pardon me, I see a little sweat underneath. Real men, they sweat. Real men, we sweat underneath. You might see a little sweat, you know what I mean? Hey, yo, shout out to all, man. Real men, we sweat. We got that little, know what I mean? We start getting little, know what I mean? Little sweat stain right here and shit. All my t-shirts fresh, too. Don't get it twisted. But back to what I was saying, the tight-knit community. That's what's going on there. Ain't nobody gonna come up forward and say they seen what they seen. That part. So Tatum, for your ass to be up there act like you want to believe everything they telling you, you getting paid allegedly. Somebody paying you, bro. Somebody getting you a nice ass check. He said they want the evidence to get rid of him. Yeah, that's a fact. Tight net covering up, abusing the instrument of money that they're giving away with this. Yeah, that's a fact, Connie. Honestly. What the hell that goddamn comment went? Oh yeah, honestly, we would have heard the music or something in the background, but nah, we heard who was on that boat only. That's a fact. Shout out to Carmel. Let's continue, man. Oh, y'all like, yeah, real man, we sweat, man. Nah, man. Shit. He said, don't sweat the technique. Shout out to Rock. That's a fact, right? I'm telling you, man. Let's continue, gang.
One moment, and let's address that statement. Do I have to say Tupac? That just comes off the top of my head. Crimes happen all the time in a crowded.
She brought up Tupac. Y'all remember Nancy Grace covered that shit back in the days. She said, that's the first thing come in my head when I think about a lot of people outside and they act like they ain't seen nothing. She said she think about the Tupac scenario. Whoa. Let's continue. Shout out to Nancy Grace. Man, rest in peace, Pac, man. We miss you out here, Pac.
Yeah, and no address that statement. Do I have to say Tupac? That just comes off the top of my head. Crimes happen all the time in a crowded area and nobody sees anything. Either they say they didn't see anything, or they really didn't see anything because it all blends in.
Yeah, Mobley, this dude's a clown. Who said that? That's a fact. Hold up. Where Tracy at? Yeah, Mobley, he another one. Yo, he a clown. But Nancy be bringing him up there just to hear his opinion so Nancy could clown him because I don't know what's up with him. He another one too, man. Shout out to Tracy. Yeah, this dude Mobley right here, he a clown, man.
Right? It all blends in. I've had a little boy thrown off the third.
Let's get them likes up, gang. Let's get the likes up. Come on, we got over 300 some people, man. I know it's a little, come on. I mean, short day today, whatever, but let's get them likes up. We ain't done yet.
Level of the mall. They say they didn't see anything, or they really didn't see anything, because it all blends in, right? It all blends in. I've had a little boy thrown off the third level of the Mall of America almost to his death. He did die and he was brought back to life. Nobody saw what happened. A guy threw him over. People were all over the mall. The food court was crowded. Nobody saw. I had like 2 witnesses. So I think part of it is, Mobley, you don't expect to see something, and so your mind is not interpreting, it's not intercepting what you're physically seeing. And again, we don't know what happened. We don't know why Nolan Wells has a red mark on the back of his occipital. We don't know. Was he hit? Did he fall? Then fall off a boat? It could have been any number of things.
I ain't gonna lie, though. Yo, this nigga ugly. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. That nigga, hey, yo, hold up. Yo, the homie only got like, yo, the homie edge up, he ain't got no summers left. Listen, I'm bald headed. Y'all know, listen, I'm bald headed. I'm a boy. I gotta get a little darkness though. Know what I mean, I gotta get a little tan up here. My shit a little light because I wear a lot of hats. But this nigga ain't got no summers left, yo. Look at his edge up, bro. Yo, give that shit up, yo. He ain't got no more summers. After this summer, yo, Mobley, give that shit up, champ. You ain't got no more edge up. That shit gone. Hey, yo. I'm about to give that nigga my hat. Hey, Mobley, man, let me go bring you my hat. Yeah. Yo, he ain't got no more summers left. He's still trying to survive with that edge up. Yo, bro, you ain't got no more summers. Your summers is over. I've been gave up. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Everybody know me. I've been bald since I was young. I've been gave up. I just got on, man. I look good with a bald head though. Hey, ladies, Miss Special, I look all right with a bald head. Don't let my shit grow and all that. Yeah, I look all right with a bald head. Got a little peanut head, you know what I mean? But this nigga ain't got no summers left. I don't care what nobody said. That nigga, he said James Evans ass. Hey, yo, this nigga ain't got no summers left. His edge up gone, yo. He's still trying to survive off his edge up. Yo, that shit gone, man. Whatever your wife telling you, she lying to you, champ. Yeah, you still look good, Mobley. You still look good. Nah, she lying to you, bro. Cut that shit, man. He said, put your hat back on, fam. Come on, don't be man. You man, don't be crack. Hold up. Nah, y'all niggas ain't gonna be cracking on my bald head, nigga. I got a fresh body out here, man. It's that grown man shit, right? And that shit smooth, nigga. Skin tight. Yeah, skin tight bald head. Yeah, I just gotta get a tan. I gotta go hit the sun a little bit. That's all, know what I mean? I be wearing a lot of hats. He said smoke log off. Hey, yo, y'all bugged out, yo. Y'all bugged out. Nah, but for real, this nigga ain't got, yo, for real, Mobley ain't got no summers left. At least I ain't ashamed to show my bald head. I ain't ashamed. Shout out to all my bald head brothers, man. We out here winning, man. All my bald head niggas, man, we out here winning. All my bald head poppies, we out here winning, man. Straight up. We out here winning, man. I just got to get a little tan on my shit. That's it. I'm about to hit the sun probably this weekend, get a little tan on my head. But yeah, shout out to all my bald head poppies, all my bald head brothers, man. We out here winning. This nigga Mobley, though, this nigga ain't winning. He ain't got no more summers. No more summers at all. Mobley, make this the last summer you walk around with that goddamn. I don't know what to call it, to be honest. The nigga look like Wesley Snipes, little bootleg ass Wesley. That nigga look like a Clay-Doh. You know, one of them Clay-Dohs they make up and shit. They make a person. He look like one of them Clay-Doh. Oh shit, yo. Yo, I can't, yo. He said, Miss Spencer said he rocking a half a moon. Hey, yeah. Miss Spencer said that nigga rocking a half a moon, yo. Yeah. Somebody said UFO. Oh my God, bro. You gotta give that shit up, Mobley. Nah, man, respectfully, brother from a brother, man. Give that shit up, bro. Make this your last summer with that edge up, man, for real. Yo, I'm telling you right now, your friends, everybody lying to you, nigga. You ain't got no more summers left. Your summers are gone. You ain't got no more summers left, nigga. You ain't got spring or summer. That shit over, champ. That shit is over. Oh my God, yo. I'm crying right now. Yo, this nigga, yo. Shout out to Mobley though. That dude, yo. At least he trying, right? Yo, I rock said he got the part and C haircut looking. Oh shit, yo. That nigga summer's over. Your summer is over. Somebody say he ain't even got no more holidays. Hey, yo. They bombing on Mobley, yo. They say he ain't even got no holidays. They said after summer, he ain't even got no holidays, chat. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, yo, that shit crazy. He's still trying to hang on, though. Let's continue, though.
Some nefarious, some an accident, some negligent. My point is, just because there's a lot of people around, that does not guarantee you witnesses, Mobley. You know that better than anybody with all the cases you've tried.
Well, Nancy, I got to call it like I see.
Look how far his shit pushed back. Hey, yo. Hey, yeah. I can't, yo. Yo. Hey, Mobley, man. Yo, you can't even see the hairline, nigga. What the hell they shaping up, man? They shaping up. You better go get your $40 back, nigga. You better go get your 40. Hold up. He going to the 5-star barbershop. You better go get your $80, $100 back, nigga. I swear to God. With the tip, 120. I'm telling you right now, Mobley, they ain't doing shit to that edge up but pushing that shit back. That's all they doing. You better go get that $120 that $120 back. I know whoever his barber, I know whoever. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I know whoever his barber, I know they be happy as hell to go cut his shit. That shit like 2 minutes, nigga. That shit in and out. That shit pause. Hey, yeah, that nigga, he ain't got no more summers, though. This shit over. Oh, shit, yo. Oh, man, I would love to be his barber. That's a quick 120 right there. Now you ain't got to put no work in. You, only thing you got to do is push the edge up back. That's all you got to do. I'm telling my wife, yeah, I'm about to go see Mobley tonight. Mobley today. He want that shape up today. I'm about to go shape his edge up back. You know how we do. Get that 120. Hey, yo, this nigga Mobley shout out. Yo, shout out to Mobley though, man. Respectfully, bro. Your friends lying to you, your wife lying to you, your side girl at your job lying to you, everybody lying to you about your edge up, man. Cut that shit, bro. I know how it is when you still trying to hang on. I know. Oh shit. I can't. Let's continue, gang. Oh man, this nigga Mobley trying to hang on. Make this your last summer. You ain't got no springs or summers left, bro. Not even holidays, nigga. That shit over.
I think there are two things I want to say to address that. The first part, I would agree with you that yes, a lot of people can be around and they can notice something that if something.
Oh, hold up. You know the sad part? Every time we look at him now, Nancy Grace, we don't even care what he's saying no more. We're gonna be looking at his edge up, how far it's gonna go back every time. Every time you join the panel, we're gonna see how far your edge up went back now. Well, man, yo, oh my God, yo, go get that 120 back, champ. I'm telling you.
Happen rather, and people not see it. However, I think the way that the human mind works, we would all agree, is we perceive things all the time. Okay, and we may perceive something that at the time we perceive it, it is not deemed significant. However, in this case, I do believe that if someone did see something that they didn't pay particular attention to involving Nolan Wells, once all of this has come out, the way the mind works is it'll trigger what they saw before because now it becomes significant. Okay, so I do agree that people can perceive things and not pay attention to them, but when something significant happens later, sort of like being robbed, you're not paying attention to what everybody's wearing, but if that one of somebody robs you and later on you have to recall what that person is wearing, what they look like, you can recall it because it's important at that point. But at the time they perceived it, it was not important. So that's what I want to make sure I discuss. And I do want to address, you talk about the red mark on the back of his head. I mean, I think that is a red herring.
I ain't going to lie. I don't even care what Mobley say. That nigga a whole distraction with his hair right now. Hey, yo. Oh, shit. Yo, hey, yo, y'all other platforms. Do not try to be biting off my little entertainment that I'm doing about Mobley Ed, because y'all be bored as hell over there. Y'all be acting like y'all real detectives and shit. Nah, I'm going to call it how I see it. I'm going to call it how I see it. And when I see that edge up, that shit ain't got no more summers, man. That shit over. Y'all over there, y'all over there on that platform. Everybody that's covering this shit, y'all trying to tell me y'all ain't see Mobley edge up, bro? So we just gonna surpass that and let that fly by, right? Pause. We ain't gonna talk about Mobley Mobley edge up. I know it's a serious case. Don't get it twisted. Cause we trying to find out the truth over here. Don't get it twisted. But we just gonna act like Mobley ain't got no more summers. He ain't got no more springs. I mean, his edge up is gone. We gonna act like we don't see that. Nah, I'm gonna call it what I see. And I see that he ain't got no more summers left. Oh shit, yo. Y'all other platforms, man, don't be trying to nah. Don't try to pick up the trend. I mean, don't try to pick up the trend now about Mobley edge up. So if I see anybody talking about that, y'all got that shit. Matter of fact, if any of my people that's down with me, man, y'all follow other platforms that's covering the same shit, and then y'all see Mobley, please, on the strength of my heart, from Smoke News TV, make sure y'all mention that in the chat and y'all tag me. Tag Smoke News and mention in the chat. Yo, they over here playing Mobley with his edge up. Ladies and gentlemen, do all that on other platforms because they over there acting like they don't see that shit. Nah, man. This man need to give this shit up. I ain't trying to hear that shit. So if y'all on anybody else's platform, make sure y'all put that Mobley need to get his edge up. That shit is over. He ain't got no more summers. And make sure y'all tag me.
That's something that everybody kind of latched onto because they're so desperate for any information that might be related to the cause of his death. But even the own pathologist
up.
that conducted the autopsy
Put
did not
him
significant.
up. Mobley, are you a medical?
Oh shit, yo, I can't. Then he got the teeth and shit with that smile. Oh shit, yo. Yo, shout out to Mobley though, man. You be doing a good job, champ. But nah, man, you you gotta get that shit up, bro. And you got makeup on. Let's get to that part. He said nigga look like a thumb. That nigga look like a dark ass thumb, nigga. He look like one of them African thumbs, nigga. That's what he look like. Let's continue, man. Respectfully, shout out to Mobley though, man.
Doctor, yes, no.
I know how to examine forensic evidence based on the countless homicides that I've tried.
Listening, not hearing, yes, no. You're not a medical doctor.
I'm a jurist doctor.
Are you a medical examiner?
I am not.
No. Put up the back diagram, the back of the head of Nolan Wells from the second autopsy right now. You know what? I give it to you, Mobley. You're a great trial lawyer. A medical examiner, you ain't. And I don't know why you're saying people are latching onto this, grabbing at straws. I'm looking right at it, man. Should I believe you or my lying eyes? I am looking at the second autopsy. And I have questioned multiple actual medical examiners, actual doctors that say that means something. Put him up again.
That boy ain't got no more summers, yo. I can't. That shit got me crying. Y'all got me crying over here, bro. Oh my God, yo. Every time I see Mobley now, I don't even care what he talking about, to be honest. I'm gonna look at his whole edge up and see how far that shit go back. Let's continue though, gang. Hold on. Let me upload this, man. Smash that like button for the people coming in, man. Let's get 300 likes. Let's match the count, man. We got 360 people in the building. Let's get 300 likes.
Did not have something probative about it, something that proves something. Did they remove his toe? No. His elbow? No. His eyeball? His nose? No. They took his throat. Do not tell me that a medical doctor, which you are not, took a throat out of this young man because it means nothing. And then, you know what? I can't even hear you. Straight out to Joe Scott Morgan joining us, professor of forensics, death investigator. That doctor is not grabbing at straws, as Mobley said. I don't know why he's saying that.
No, you're right. He has purpose. We have purpose in everything that we do in the medical legal world. And so when you see this highlighted area, it's unique in the way he has diagrammed it here. He even demonstrates it that it has almost like margins to it. And, you know, that's what has left a big question for us, because it's not like it's diffuse all over the place where you've got these kind of spotty alignments. He's got a margin. It almost looks like a rectangle, doesn't it? Well, when we begin to see things like,
and that come from this. That come from pressure behind the neck. You trying to drown somebody. That's exactly where that shit coming from. There's no reason why that man got a bruise in back of his neck and nobody else got a bruise. There's no reason why everybody was drinking, but he ain't make it back home alive, but they make it back home alive. So when y'all want to say everybody that was getting, you want to say Nolan was getting high and he was drinking, they was doing the same thing also. If y'all want to throw that narrative. But why he got a bruise in back of his neck a day and a half later when they found his body? Can y'all explain that? And why they don't got a bruise on their body or their neck?
We think about patterns, and that's some of the questions that have yet to be answered. But what he does say in
You could clearly see that's the back of the neck. That's pressure from a hand. That's hand pressure. That's either that or you got hit with something back of the neck. But 9 out of 10, if I had a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. That's from somebody's hands or somebody got them in a chokehold. Because you can also put that type of mark if you got somebody in a chokehold behind them. Pause. Look at the picture. It don't take a scientist to realize that.
Relative to the second examination is that he did a multi-layered dissection. Now, this area had not been dissected by the ME's office in Mississippi. So what he's doing is he's going layer by layer. We're talking about the skin. We're talking about the subcu fat. We're talking about the musculature that's under there. And yes, there is musculature under there. And what his conclusion is, Nancy, is that there's significant decomposition at this point in time. So he cannot make a determination about these markings one way or another. He needs more information. And admittedly, in this second autopsy, he says this is pending investigation. And that's key here.
Okay. Joe Scott Morgan.
Yes.
He, the first medical examiner, removed the throat.
Yes.
No other part of the body, except for the lungs, removed the throat and the lungs. We know why he took the lungs. I don't have to be a death investigator like yourself with 10,000 death investigations under my belt to know why he took the lungs, to see if Nolan drowned. But the fact that someone has a lungs full of water does not tell me how they got in the water. Did he fall? Was he hit? Was he held under? Was it an accident? Did you see that video? Pull it up if you can, control room, of all those ships, all those boats out there. If he was between one of those boats, lost his footing, went under, got the riptide, no one may have noticed. All right? No one may have noticed. Look at all that. And there were apparently 300 or so people out there. This is just a tiny microcosm. It's July the 4th. Everybody's at Horn Island having a good time. So it could be any number of ways he landed under the water. But my point is, that's why they took the lungs. Why? The throat.
Well, because the throat and the throat area, as you're referring to it as, it's actually the organs of the neck. We're talking about the larynx, the pharynx, our windpipe, essentially, and everything else that's connected therein. That's the conveyance to get into the lungs. So one of the things that what they're looking at here, Nancy, to put it very bluntly, is they're looking for any possibility that his breathing could have been compromised. Well, how is that compromised?
I could tell you how his breathing was compromised. They was choking him, allegedly. The only thing he's surrounded by is water and boats and sand. That's all he's surrounded by. So what else you got? Obviously, they was choking him, probably drowning him in the water, not letting him breathe. By the time they lift his body up, he probably couldn't breathe no more and he passed out. And that's why we get the audio in the back saying, Nolan, get the F up. What the hell? Nolan, get the F up. Allegedly, with the audio we hear. Even with the TMZ version that they dropped, the original one, you could clearly hear that say somebody in the background say, Nolan, get up. So he probably passed out while whoever had pressure behind his neck with their hand, or they probably had him in the lock on some chokehold shit. And that's what probably happened. That's why Mississippi still ain't dropping an autopsy. Yo, bro, it's about to be Friday and we still ain't got an autopsy yet. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Are we supposed to trust the process down there? Yeah, okay.
Well, when you begin to think about, if you put your hand in the midline of your throat, right here, okay, you begin to think about the trachea, which is encompassed right here. Was it compromised in any way? Are there any focal areas of hemorrhage? Has it been crushed? You would go up into the neck. I suspect that the tongue was probably removed as well.
Wow. His tongue probably was moved also, because the farther you go up to the neck, they choked that boy out. We got alcohol involved. We got drugs involved, according to Tatum. I ain't making this shit up. Or Tatum said it. He said, yeah, there was some guy walking around there supplying drugs to people. Snow White, whatever pills, whatever they was doing. So we got alcohol, drugs, underage drinking, underage people doing drugs. We got grown adults also, what they kids, daughters and shit like that that's like 18, 19 years old. So we don't know who reacted, who end up going on a outburst and looking at Nolan like, what the hell you doing with my daughter? Because we got to look at the adults also. This could clearly be an adult situation. They keep saying Katie, but then we see fart. They saying that fart, aka y'all know who I'm talking about when I say fart. They saying that fart and Katie allegedly was dating, or I don't know if they dated before, whatever. But we gotta look at Katie's background also. Who's her cousin? Did she date somebody else before? After fart. The person she probably dated after fart probably got an angered temper. Probably don't like Nolan. Probably don't like black people. We don't know. Allegedly. We gotta look at the people that dated Katie dated also. Because remember, y'all gotta understand, this is a tight-knit community. So when you say tight-knit community, and I'm going off the interviews, Little Trey. Remember Little Trey said, yo, we play, it's a big football town. Hello, I know about football towns. I'm a football fanatic. I love college football and I love the NFL. So when you bring football up, I already know it's a tight-knit community when it comes to that. So that tells me that all y'all little 18, 17, 19, 20-year-olds, whatever, y'all all know each other. A lot of y'all know each other. If y'all don't know each other, y'all know of each other from friends. Just like Nolan is Warren's friend, Warren, other friends know of Nolan because of Warren. They might have hung out 2 or 3 times. That don't mean that Warren friends, his buddies, that don't mean that they like Nolan like how Warren like Nolan. No, they might not like Nolan. So we gotta look at Katie's character also, who she dated. Who's her father? Who's her brother? Who's her cousin? I'm pretty much sure Fart ain't the only one she dated. I believe it was a lot of hate, jealousy, and some shit went popped off. So something popped off. And maybe nobody didn't see it. But I can't that shit ain't, I can't quite believe that, because when y'all give us the first video of the argument, everybody's looking towards the argument in that first video. Remember when Little Trey said, yeah, that's me in that video, that's not Nolan arguing about the phone, that's me dropping the F-bomb. When you look at that video, when I've been did this live, everybody's looking towards where everybody's screaming at who's dropping the F-bomb. And you can clearly see that's on the sand. So you telling me that if somebody was in the argument in this situation, nobody wasn't paying attention? When a lot of people start drinking, their mouth get loud. They get louder. You start dropping more F-bombs. You start getting more loud. You're drunk. You telling me you drunk. You be like, yo, man, chill, yo. Chill, yo. You telling me you that quiet? No, you drunk. You like, yo, what up? You amped up. You on 100. You ready to go. And especially the white boy wasted. You know how they act when they drunk. They want the whole goddamn world to look at them when they start getting ante up. If y'all know what ante up mean, that means from a 0 to 100. And white boys get loud when they get drunk. I know that. I've been in plenty of bars when white boys after the bar, oh man, nobody don't want to. They get loud with it. They get very loud with it. So you telling me whoever Nolan was arguing with, nobody wasn't paying attention towards that little crowd that he was arguing with? Allegedly, if it was an argument that he argued with somebody about the Katie, because I'm going to continue saying this. All this shit got to do with a female. All this shit got to do with a female. And whoever Nolan was arguing with, that's exactly who put hands on him. Plain and simple. We just don't know who he was arguing with. He could have been arguing with an adult. He could have been arguing with somebody that's his age. But when we see that bruising back of the neck, that's clearly hand pressure. Or that's clearly somebody putting like this on behind your neck and they got their hands like this. Because when you put somebody in a chokehold like this, let me put an image for y'all since the people don't understand what I'm talking about. When you put somebody in a chokehold, the back of your hands and back of their neck, and all this pressure with your muscle or your arm is towards their neck. Fellas, am I lying? That's pressure all day. because the hand right here in back of your neck is putting pressure on your throat like this. It's either that, or it's either allegedly they had his hand in back of the neck and they was forcing his face down the water. But we don't know because we ain't get the autopsy yet on the lungs. So we don't even know if he got water in his lungs or not. Those are the only two scenarios I could think of when you see the back of the pressure of his neck, when you got that mark back there. Because why will y'all actually keep the throat? Because that mark in back of the neck is gonna explain why y'all keep the throat. Obviously, he got choked. We just don't know how he got choked. There's different ways of getting choked out. Come on, bro. Let's cut it out here. That's why y'all kept the throat and y'all sent the head and sent that, and then the independent autopsy see the mark in back of the neck. He want the throat because he could match that with the body. He got choked out. He got choked out. Or they pressure his face down the water and drowned him, allegedly. And like I said, before we continue, I'm not saying they did it on purpose. Like I said this 2 minutes ago, this is over a female. A lot of drinking and drugs involved with young adults. Tempers rise up. You could go from 0 to 100 once you see somebody you don't like. And you see your girl over there twinkling, throwing a little pom-pom around. She throwing herself in the water and shit. Nolan grabbing her, throwing in the air, catching her and shit. I could see that. You heard Nolan character. He's very charming, very helpful. Come on now. Girls his age, they love that type of shit. So I could clearly see that. And guys like fart when they drink, if you've been around them, they very disrespectful towards their girls. But when they see a black guy that being charming towards their girl, oh, they turn to 100 right away because they don't like that type of shit, allegedly. I seen that in bars. I seen that everywhere. All the years I've been growing up. When a black girl holler at their white girlfriend, oh, they turn to 100. Let's continue.
Look at the hyoid, which did not accompany the body, but all of this has been retained. There's nothing abnormal about the state retaining the organs of the neck. This happens very, very frequently in cases like this because they want to be able to go back and examine it, and also for the future, they either want to get a consult on it or it has evidentiary probative value here moving forward with any kind of case in the future.
Let me upload this next video. Hold up. Give me a second. He got choked out, though.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
We're bringing in our forensics experts, but back to Brandon Tatum, former police officer, Tucson PD. He is the star of the Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's friends. Okay, you're saying that I am looking at, and others are looking at this out of context. My mind is open. You may be right. And I believe, Officer Tatum, you are specifically referring to the words, let's see the transcript of the audio as I read this, please. You're referring to alleged statements. Sure, he's dead? Is he dead? Nolan. OMG. Nolan, don't die. Then wake the F up. I thought he was on the check his chest. Now, to you, Officer Tatum, you believe that there is an innocent explanation. My mind is open. And that innocent explanation would be what?
Well, I think that if you are convinced without context that they are talking about Nolan, you're going to hear certain things and perceive it. I mean, the bilge pump is damaged. They could have been saying, don't die, or is it dead, referring to the bilge pump or the bilge pump. And they could have been talking about a battery. They could have been saying no, and people think they said Nolan. The only reason that I deviate from the transcript is because there are witnesses that have said they've seen Nolan after the boys had already left and after the call was already made. And also, I put my detective mind on, when I look at the reasoning, but why would they be calling and giving GPS coordinates and talking to this dispatch for 8 minutes if their best friend, whom I've spoke to these boys, they've shown me pictures, they were emotional about Nolan's death. I was there during the funeral, at least there with them when the funeral was going on, and they were devastated that they couldn't go to his funeral. I perceive that it doesn't make sense if they had killed their friend in a malicious way or he was dead, that they wouldn't just simply ask for help instead of trying to cover it up and calling for a tow and talking for 8 minutes. I mean, all of those things, plus the witnesses, it just doesn't add up. And I just wish people would be open-minded to saying, let me rewatch it and let me put it within context that Nolan cannot be on the boat because witnesses seen him afterwards. And let me re-listen to it and try to put it in perspective.
So you're saying witnesses saw him afterwards, after that call, or did you mean to say witnesses saw him elsewhere?
Yeah, no, witnesses saw him on the island after the call. After the boys had left around 4:30, witnesses have seen Nolan alive on the island after that. So, you know, that puts Nolan alive after that. And I think that people should be focused on, okay, now let's interview and talk to people and consider what did they see, because we're already past the point of Warren and Wyatt's boat and all of those things being involved.
Officer Tatum, I had so many trial judges from all the cases I tried in different courtrooms, but one particular judge, my favorite, Luther Alverson, he had a particular jury charge. And I've heard it so many times, I've memorized it. He said to the jury at the end of the case, after the closings, it is your duty to make all witnesses speak the truth and impugn perjury on no one. So, what I'm trying to do is reconcile what you're saying with what I'm hearing. I hope Nolan Wells died by accident. But I'm not shutting down our Crime Stories investigation until I know. Now, I want to address this sound. To Joe Scott Morgan, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon. At Jacksonville State University, they have a world-class Crim Pro, Morgan, many times to help me recreate crimes in their labs. Star of Body Bags of Joe Scott Morgan. Joe Scott, you've been on so many death scenes trying desperately to find evidence. Joe Scott, people do crazy things when somebody dies. They panic.
Now, there's something I gotta agree on. When people get unalive by mistake, accidentally, whatever you want to call it, on their side, people panic. They make the wrong mistakes. They make panic moves. They remember we got drink, we got loopy involved, we got drugs involved according to Tatum. So they loopy out their mind. White boy, wasted, hammered, whatever you want to call it, they gone. So when something happened accidentally, and they probably did something that accidentally got some had somebody to be unalive, meaning Nolan, if it's the case, they're gonna panic. They're gonna make sloppy moves. That's when the adults come involved. Hello. Because you're gonna tell me that these young college kids plan all this out. If something happened accidentally, they unalive them, they panic, they don't know what to do, they panic and they call their parents gonna help them. Grandpa gonna help them. Bring the goddamn boat to the private dock. We're gonna figure this shit out. They go home. Make sure y'all go, when y'all go back to the house, don't tell nobody at the house. This was allegedly, this one an adult is telling them. That's why I'm putting shit together. Because if something happened on a boat, his body allegedly was on that boat when they got to that private dock. They left the body there, allegedly. Panicked, went home. But when they panicked before they went home, they already discussed this with the adults. Now, the only reason I'm bringing Grandpa, because Grandpa's name is all involved in the TMZ video. So I'm going to say Grandpa was the first call they probably made, because they got to go to his private dock. Then you got the mom, that's a judge. Then you got the other parents also that probably got high professions that got connections. High professions that got connections? Oh, hello. Judge, grandpa been around for decades. We don't know what his profession is. So when you got all that type of connection, that's easily for you to cover something up. But you're panicking. But who's helping you in the panic move? The people in the back end. The adults. Why you think Warren's so cool and relaxed during the interviews? Because he know he got some people helping him in the back end. Adults. Ain't no young college kids gonna have the connections they're gonna have. The adults gonna have them connections. They got the professions, they got the jobs, they got the judge. One of them a judge. When you a judge, let me tell y'all something. To be a judge, you got to go through a lot of years of law school. While you going through all them years through law schools and you make it to your job and you become a judge, you're going through a lot of connections. Because you're not the only one that's becoming a judge. You're not the only one that's becoming a law enforcement. You're not the only one that's becoming a lawyer. You're not the only one that's becoming a prosecutor. You're not the only one. Y'all all going through that same job. Y'all all going through that same profession. Y'all all going to end up at that same downtown at the system courthouse. So when you're going through all that, you got connections. You're building connections. So when something like this happens, God forbid, they never would have wished this on a day of their life, but it just happened. You don't think they're going to use them goddamn connections? Of course they is. Because while we waiting on 25, almost a month down there for an autopsy down in Mississippi, that's all connections. They don't want little Warren to go do 25 to life. They don't want little Wyatt to go do 20 years. They don't want nobody else, whoever else involved with conspiracy. They don't want them to do no type of time. So that's what tells me if this shit ain't happen on purpose, it happened accidentally. And they took it too far when they was doing that. And by the time they realized it, Nolan was on conscience and he couldn't breathe no more. When you got connections, it'll help you a lot. Money and connections will help you a lot. It will help you, especially when your mother was a judge and other people probably lawyers or law enforcement. That shit gonna help y'all.
They think it's their fault, whether it is or it isn't. They get rid of the body. They lie. They do all sorts of things. The cover-up is very often worse than what the initial incident was. People panic. So the reaction of the friends to Nolan.
That's a fact, Miss Special. They got to go look at that private doc. You ain't lying about that. Shout out to Miss Special. Because that private doc and them little minutes and going to almost, how long they was at that private doc? Almost 30 minutes and so. We're going to say 30 minutes or so. That's a lot of time to do anything. That's a lot of time to discuss on what not to panic, and y'all chill. We're going to cover this. We're going to cover this up, allegedly. Allegedly. Because I don't understand. See, this is the thing I want to ask them, right? I want to ask the boys this, and it's something that Mr. Tatum should have asked them. When y'all was on that dock, at whatever time y'all was on that dock, because obviously I got the GPS boat. Y'all got watches. Let's not forget. Yo. Let's act like y'all ain't got Apple Watch and other watches on y'all wrist. So y'all know what the hell time it is. Because if you can remember what time you seen Nolan, you can remember everything else. But my thing is, when y'all left to that dock, do y'all know anybody on the island that seen Nolan at the timeline when y'all was at that dock for 30 plus minutes? Do y'all know anybody at that time on the island that seen Nolan over there on the other side? No. Y'all bring up 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock and so. Y'all was already on the other side. There's a confusion going on. Because that private doc is going to tell us everything. When y'all landed there by 6, I think by 5 something, y'all landed there. Y'all chilled to about 5:45 or something going into 6. Was Nolan on the island at that time of the moment? See, we don't got proof of that because nobody want to drop a video or photo. Do we got photos of the private dock? I'm pretty much sure Grandpa got cameras on his private dock. Grandpa, you got cameras over there? I'm pretty much sure you do. You old school. And you got expensive boats. Let's start there. So with your little expensive boats that Grandpa got, I'm pretty much sure you got cameras on the private dock. Can we get a photo or something to prove that your your grandchild and everybody else they was with, they innocent? Because not for nothing, if I'm Grandpa, I'm like, you know what? Since y'all blaming my nephew, my grandchild, and everybody else, I got a video on my private dock. I would show the whole world right away. But like, listen, shut the hell up. There's nobody coming out of this boat or nothing. Easy work. I would have showed that easy. Just to shut everybody else. Why we don't get a video from the private dock of his grandpa? Because if I'm lying, I'm flying. If I got a scale from 1 to 10, I guarantee you, I'm pulling 10. Grandpa got a goddamn camera on his private dock. And that would easily show that your grandchild and his friends are innocent. Because that private dock moment, that's a big ass timeline that you could do absolutely anything. Cover it up, do anything, have a little huddle, talk about something, anything the video shows. We ain't got that though, because Grandpa don't want to release that. We need a search warrant on that note. Nasty work. I'm gonna continue saying that private doc is suspicious, is suspect. They brought that body back. They laid that body down with his face laid out on the sand, on the shoreline of the water and the sand. Which I don't understand why they did that. That shit is weird because they laid his body on the shoreline of the sand and the water, face down. They brought that body back, bro, and I don't care what nobody said. Connections and stuff like that. When you know that. Pardon me. When you know the the in and outs of how to get to that island on certain nights and all that, people gonna help you. You telling me the Coast Guard was out there 24 hours from July 4th all the way to Monday? No, they wasn't. They got to change shift. They got to go home. So if people want to say, "Oh, nah, man, you just making a crazy story of the Coast Guard would have found," they would have seen them putting the body there. No, they wouldn't. That island wasn't abandoned after the Nolan Wells situation. Y'all forgot people spent the night there? July 4th going into Sunday, and people were still there going into Monday also. Hello. The Pops said that. Remember when the Pops said he arrived there Monday? Pops was one of the people one of the family members that actually seen the body laid out. And the Pops said he seen tents out there. That's Monday morning, not Saturday. So that tells us that people were still on the island, still chilling, and still over there going back and forth, whatever they was doing. There was tents still on the island from July 4th all the way till he was found. What the hell are we talking about here? So obviously the island was not a no safe zone. Talking about like, you can block the island, nobody can come in. No, people were still there. People were still there. Why you think when Pops did the press conference, he said, "Yo, when I arrived there Monday morning, I had to go see the body. There was tents out there still, and boats on the dock, not on the dock with how they got the dock. I mean, the boats laid up. There was boats still out there on Monday morning. What I'm trying to explain is people were still visiting, or they were still there between July 4th all the way to Monday morning. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. And in the chat, no, I ain't lying. There was still people there from July 4th all the way to Monday morning. You got to stop playing out here. Some people are lying. People, tight-knit community, like I'm going to explain to y'all.
Eventually having passed. That reaction doesn't mean that much to me because you don't know what somebody's going to do under those circumstances. So hearing them on the boat, I hear what Tatum is saying, and it's reasonable. But how people act in that scenario is not always reasonable.
No, it's not, particularly when they're faced with somebody that's in distress and they are under the influence of alcohol. And that's going to play a huge role in this from an investigative standpoint. And not to mention, probably a group of people that don't have a lot of experience with alcohol. We're talking about a group of underage kids. We're not talking about upper end college kids here. We're talking about kids that are 18 years old. They've been getting hammered out there on this island, and that's a problem, Nancy.
Well, you're right. Okay, not that Tatum, in his own right, is not an expert. He's a former police officer with Tucson. Joe Scott, an expert. Mobley, an expert. But now, let's...
Nah, Todd, I don't see no breaking news. There ain't no breaking news on TMZ. No, TMZ just dropped something 11 minutes ago. I ain't see nothing about no autopsy. I'm telling you, Mississippi ain't trying to drop that shit. I'm going to tell you when Mississippi going to drop that autopsy. They going to drop that shit probably around, probably like 2 weeks from now, to be honest. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. It'd be the second week of August when they drop that autopsy. Watch. They ain't trying to drop that shit, bro.
As digital cybercrime expert, former Detective Sergeant, Reno PD, 25 years in law enforcement, author of Surviving a Cyber Attack, Securing Social Media, Protecting Your Home, author of Investigating Internet Crimes, An Intro to Solving Crimes in Cyberspace. He says nothing he hears on this audio shows that the audio has been altered. Okay, Shipley, hit it.
Well, we have to look at the fact that the audio that we received is, again, one of those that was released by the press and is probably been stepped on multiple times. just like we had last year with another famous
Did you
video
say
that
that was released by the press? Hold on, Tom. That
Well,
was
it's
not released by the press.
It was the
Released to the
multiple
press, but it was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. That was not released by the media.
Yes, Nancy, but TMZ in every station that's released it has put a copy that they've edited up onto online. And so we have this expectation bias that's there. So the audio obviously is real. It's been released, and the agency that released it has said that it's a video or audio of the incident, but every version that we've seen has been stepped on multiple times. And so there's an expectation bias when you start putting up audio translations that you believe is there, and everybody then has this confirmation of that this is what's said. Now, we have to go back to the original audio from the government agency to get the information that we need to prove what's there in the audio, because multiple pieces released through press stations online don't always have the exact audio we want. There's already been speculation that some of the different audio, like TMZ's and the others, are a little bit edited, and they always are, because you put them on there for a specific purpose. And adding the edited versions of what you think are the audio does not necessarily mean that that's what it is. We can look at the audio and find out what's there, but we've got to look at the original version.
Yeah, I see that NBC shit they talking about, but they don't got a complete autopsy at all. Mississippi haven't dropped the autopsy yet, to be honest. So let me get to this one last. Let me get to this last clip so we can react to all this shit after this. Yeah, man, yo, Mobley, man, you ain't got no summers left, nigga. Hey, Mobley, man, respectfully, you ain't got no summers left, champ. That shit is over. For the people that just joined and smash that like button, man, let's get 300 something likes in the building. Rocking with y'all rocking with Smoke. Grab your membership, man. Do me that favor, man. Join Team Smoke. Don't be one of those that's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to join. I don't want to join Team Smoke. I don't want to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be on it like that. Don't be one of those. That part. Let's get to this last clip though, so we can bug out after this.
Stories investigative reporter.
No. What we did, Nancy, is we used an old school technique to bring out the audio in the background. You know, you have AI enhancements now that are, you just cannot trust the AI because it inserts its own thoughts into it, you know? But when you go old school on
Fact, cause remember when I try to use the AI to try to clear that picture where they gave with the leg hanging out the picture and all this? Y'all remember in the chat, I tried to clear that shit out. That shit showed us totally something different. That shit show us the leg hanging and all this, but they don't show the guy with the hat on. They don't show too much. So when you try to use the AI to try to clear something video or like a photo, it's gonna give you something totally different. I can prove that. I tried to clear the goddamn picture with allegedly that they gave us a photo of somebody's leg hanging off the boat. I tried to clear that shit. That shit didn't work out. So that shit didn't work out at all. So you absolutely can't use no AI app and try to do that shit. Y'all still killing that nigga on Edge Up? Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that.
you isolate and filter. You use an EQ, equalization, to filter, to cut out the low rumble below 80 hertz. You cut out the high hiss above 8 hertz. This gives you the chance to hear that background a little more clearly. Then you boost the mid-range frequency. That's between 300 hertz and 3400 hertz. That matches the mid-range of human speech. Then you apply a simple high-pass filter that removes the constant deep humming or any other extraneous noises that are constant. And this does not alter the content. It merely enhances the content. So when you ask, did we edit or alter? No, we merely enhanced it using basic tools that are used in every production department around the world.
This is like when you're playing music, you turn up the bass or turn down the bass. Or Dave Mack, I believe the correct answer would be HELLNO, because if Tatum is right, I want to hear it. Okay, joining us now, in addition to Brandon Tatum, Joe Scott Morgan, John, author of 5 books, including Forensics Data Collections. What are they?
Absolutely. Nancy, what I look at evidence is it possible to authenticate the evidence, the information that's being provided? Think about when you download software from a website. Many websites give you a value next to that file because they want you to know that what you're downloading can be kind of authenticated or validated. When we're receiving audio like this from the source, it would be good and proper if people are going to start looking at this and doing examinations to actually apply some kind of hash value or some kind of way to uniquely identify this particular file as an original so people can validate what they're looking at. Number 2, I would also want to look at, what tools people have used, if anything, to basically either analyze or enhance. Now, anybody can use any tools out there, but are they using a tool that's forensically sound, that's defensible, that passes the Fry standard in terms of the
Okay,
methodology?
you got to speak English to me, man. Are you saying
Yes.
that what Dave Mack's team did is acceptable?
So my whole thing is no documentation, no evidence. What did Dave Mack's team specifically do? Did they write down those steps that anybody can reproduce what they did? And if we can reproduce it
Yes, they
using the same
did.
tools in a process and share that, then that's great. I'm seeing a lot of versions of these videos online with redactions, with phone numbers being withheld.
Put him up,
with
please. Put him up. What videos? Because I'm specifically referring to the audio. I've seen all those videos. They're AI. They're not real. I've seen a video of a young man face down on the beach being attacked by a horde of people. That's not Nolan. That's from a different date. I'm speaking specifically about the audio that Tatum is referring to.
Yes. So with that, one of the specific aspects of that is authenticating again where it was received. Is there a digital fingerprint associated with that particular audio? What tools were used, and what specific enhancements were done where to bring out that specific those specific segments that were enhanced.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from you, Robert Freed, and understand, I'm not disagreeing with you. But my question is, what are the red flags that concern you about this audio? Now, Tatum says the audio's fine. It's just they're not talking about Nolan. They're talking about the bilge pump or the battery or the engine. And you're taking it, some people are taking it in the wrong context. I'm not taking it in any context. I'm trying to find out, what am I hearing? So that's Tatum's take, okay? Shipley says, I think it's legit. You're saying it may not be legit because of red flags. The fact that it is or not authenticated, how it's been enhanced, that's a concern. What do you see as a problem? One thing I noticed you said earlier before tonight is that on the TMZ version, there's an additional 20 seconds. Now, I've got a problem with that. Hold on. Mobley, I'd have a problem with that if somebody gave me, let's just say, a bank robbery video, and then I find out there's 20, 30 seconds missing.
I don't even want to hear what Mobley said, yo. Only thing I want to know who be cutting your hair, champ. That's what Hey, yo, who be cutting my man here, man? Like, hey, Mobley, man, listen, champ. You got to go get that $120 back. I'm telling you, man, you ain't got no more springs, no more summers. And then people say you ain't even got no holidays left with that edge up. You got to give the edge up, Mobley. I'm being honest. Yo. That smile with the edge up. I can imagine him walking in cheers at the bar. Hey, buddies, what's going on? He got that- I know they look. I know the brothers at the bar like, man, if Mobley don't cut that goddamn edge up, man. He ain't got I know brothers at the bar. Look at Nancy face. Nancy like, man, that nigga edge up is gone. Look at Nancy face. Shout out to Nancy. We love you, man. Respectfully, Mobley, man. You're a brother, man. But that edge up gotta go, bro. That shit is over. That shit is- Hey, yo. They lying to that nigga at the bar, yo. They saying, yo, nah, your shit still looks sharp, yo. his his own friends, his own friends lying to him. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man, that's nah, man. You still got a couple summers left. I'm trying to tell you, nah, your shit looking alright. Man, they lying to that nigga, man. That barber getting $120 for free. That's that's shit easy work, yo. Look at Nancy face too. I caught her at the right moment. She like, man, this nigga ain't got no more summers left. That shit over, man. Oh shit, yo. I knew Nancy was gonna bring him back up. I was just waiting. I was just waiting. Hey yo, I'm crying over here. Yo, I can't, yo. I can't. Oh shit, yo. That nigga, yeah. Hey, yo, man, yo, Onk. I'm gonna call you Onk, man. Yo, Onk, you ain't got no more summers left. 2027, cut that shit off, man. 2027, cut that shit off. That shit over, man. Come on, man. Imagine that's your uncle. He come to the cookout. He come to the barbecue like, yo, what up, nephews? And you, man, y'all telling me y'all ain't gonna tell him to cut that shit. Hey, shit. Hey, yo, smash that like button, man. Support the channel, man. Smash the like button, man. Cash App is in the banner. Super chat is in the chat, man. Hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, man. Or smash the like button or get your membership, yo. This dude edge up is over. Yeah. And then, and then, and then, and yo, Mobley about to sponsor No Summers Left. That nigga, that nigga about to sponsor No Summers Left. This what happens. Hey, yo, I can't, yo. Oh, shit. That nigga said somebody said he got the baby hair. That nigga ain't got no summers, man. He about to sponsor No Summers Left. Hey, yo, let's finish this shit out, though. Oh shit! Somebody say he got the Brooklyn Bridge. That nigga got the San Francisco Bridge. That nigga. That nigga. Hey, yeah, that nigga got the Bay Bridge. He got the Bay Area Bridge out this motherfucker. That's. Oh shit, yo. Oh man, they got the milk dub. Shout out to Clarity for that $10 super chat, man. Shout out to Clarity for that $10 super chat, yo. Oh shit! Somebody say he got the St. Louis arch. Hey yo, hey yo. I can't, yo. Y'all crazy, yo. Oh shit, hey, yo, Mo, man. Your friends are lying to you, bro. And your barber, get that $120 back, man. Yo, you spending about there and there about what? About 700, probably $500 a month on that edge up. That shit gone, bro. You can you can save that 500. Let's go ball like I did, bro. Oh shit, yo.
It's into it. You need
Web
what?
stories, staff.
Into it, to this about you boost the mid-range frequency.
Oh.
Kind of next to that that's being
there
in a aspect.
So some people are taking it
a
using basic tools.
Then that's great. I'm seeing a lot of versions of these videos online with redactions, with phone numbers being withheld.
Put him up,
with
please. Put him up. What videos? Because I'm specifically referring to the audio. I've seen all those videos. They're AI. They're not real. I've seen a video of a young man face down on the beach being attacked by a horde of people. That's not Nolan. That's from a different date. I'm speaking specifically about the audio that Tatum is referring to.
Yes. So with that, one of the specific aspects with that, bring out that specific.
And understand, I'm not disagreeing with you. But my question is, what are the red flags that concern you about this audio? And you're taking it, some people are taking it in the wrong context. I'm not taking it in any context. I'm trying to find out, what am I hearing? So that's Tatum's take, okay? Shipley says, I think it's legit. You're saying it may not be legit because of red flags. The fact that it is or not authenticated, how it's been enhanced, that's a concern. What before tonight is that on the TMZ version, there's an additional 20. I'd have a problem with that if somebody gave me, let's just.
Oh shit. Oh shit. That nigga, yo, I'm telling you, every time Nancy throw that camera on him, he be having that big old smile with no summers left. That's all you hear. That's all you see is head. Pause. I know when his wife turned that light on, he smiled. She be like, boy. Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit, yo. I can't, yo. Y'all know how I do, man. That nigga fall for Mr. Potato Head. That nigga. That nigga. Oh shit, yo. That nigga a Juka. That nigga Spanish. That nigga got one of them Juka heads out this motherfucker. That nigga crazy, yo. Oh shit, yo. That's why I rock with y'all. You know we bring y'all know I bring entertainment to this shit. Y'all know I bring entertainment, I mean. You know, we don't just sit here. Yeah, Yolanda, that nigga got a you. Yolanda know what I'm talking about. That nigga ain't got no edge up. That shit over. Oh shit! Shout out to Mobley though, man. We rock with you though, champ. Hey yo, shout out to Shemaine, man, for that $25 cash app. Hey yo, Shemaine, you be showing a lot of love, man. Shout out to Shemaine for that 2-5 cash app, man, for that quarter cash app. Shout out to Shemaine for that quarter cash app. I appreciate that, seriously. That dude, yo. Oh shit, yo. Let's continue though with that smile and no summers left.
Bank robbery video. And then I find out there's 20, 30 seconds missing. Oh, no, no, no. You have to have it all. And the last thing I want is somebody adding in video. So that's a red flag to me. That's one of Freed's observations.
And so, this is what I think. I think that, both of these gentlemen make excellent points, but they're missing the link to tie it all together. And that's what's important.
And let me guess, you, John Mobley, are the only one that knows the missing link. Okay, I got to hear this. Go ahead.
You know the missing link, but you don't know when to give them summers up, huh? Man, Mobley, if you don't get your ass out of here looking like a dark figure with no summers, with no edge. That nigga looking like an action figure with no edge up. We're gonna call you edge up going, nigga. You ain't going nowhere with that edge up. You looking like a whole Marvel action figure. Oh shit, yeah. Let's finish this shit off though. He said he got more head than a guy, he got more body. Oh shit. Y'all nigga looking like a whole action figure. We call that nigga no summer, nigga. Shout out to Connie for that $20 super chat, man. Shout out to Connie for that $20 super chat. I appreciate that. Once again, shout out to Connie, pardon me, for that dub. Shout out to her for that dub on Cash App. Appreciate that. I'm telling you, man, this nigga looking like a whole action figure. Let's continue though, man. Baby doll. Okay, that's baby doll. Shout out to baby doll. That's your main. Okay. Shout out to baby doll for that first cash out. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to baby doll. I gotta remember you on the chat too, Shemaine. I gotta remember your baby doll. That's some shit on the chat.
Well, what you need to do when you have that audio is, irrespective of the method that was used to enhance it, because just because it's enhanced, I don't see it something that's being used in the courtroom as much as the newsroom. But you want to take that audio and then you go back to the witnesses, okay? And you want to make sure you interview them separately, not together, because you don't want them to somehow commingle in their stories.
All the time.
And say something.
I'm gonna put Milk Dub back up there. That's what I'm gonna do. That nigga, yo. I can't, yo. That shit crazy. He ain't got no summers left. He's still hanging on, boy. You can't make that shit up.
That's really what we've been seeing online, so much from
What's good out there? We back. Let me roll this up. Hold up. We gotta chop it up a little. I know some people left, probably. Give me a second, guy. Give me. Man, what's good out there? I'm telling you, man, my audio be crashing out. Every time I talk about this Nolan Wells shit, my audio just be blacking out for some strange reason. I was about to shut this shit down. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I just resetted the whole thing. So we back though. What's good though? Where we at? Yeah, you got that rugged ass smile with this nigga. Y'all still talking about Mobley? Y'all can hear me? Somebody tell me y'all can hear me, because I just jumped back there. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? They still going on Mobley here. All right, good. Yeah. Y'all still talk about that man edge up, huh? Y'all can't get over that shit. Hold up. Y'all want to go back to that? Hold up, y'all. Let's go back to that. Yo, y'all bugged out. Yo, I thought y'all left that man alone, man. Y'all niggas, yo, y'all crazy. Y'all shut out, yo.
Stories
Y'all
investigative
bugged out.
reporter was.
Then you apply.
You are hearing the audio from Horn. It's not something.
What'd
Hello?
you say?
Did not have something probative about it, something that proves something. Did they remove his toe? No. His elbow? No. His eyeball? His nose? No. Took his throat. Do not. His eyeball? His nose? No. No. His eyeball? His nose?
Yo, I can't with y'all. Y'all ain't right, yo, for real, yo. That could be Onk at y'all cookout. Y'all over here cracking on his edge up, man. That could be Uncle Mobley pulling up to y'all cookout. Yo, y'all know what's crazy? Y'all know goddamn well y'all ain't gonna tell that man, yo, go cut that edge up off, man. If that was your uncle coming to the cookout with that edge up, y'all know y'all ain't gonna tell him, yo, Unc, man. Not for nothing, respectfully, Unc, we love you, man. But you ain't got no more summers left, yo, for real. That shit over, man. Cut that shit, bro. Cut that shit. He said Nancy like cut that shit off Snipes. Hey yo, right Nancy face expression looking like his edge up and shit. Shout out to the homie Drew, man, for the $4.99. He said Nancy like cut that shit Snipes. Hey yo. That nigga edge up is over, man. Shout out to Mobley though, respectfully, man. Shout out to Mobley, man. That nigga barber getting $120 for nothing. Hey, yo, Mobley Barber getting $120 for nothing. I swear to God, yo. Hey, he getting $120 for no reason, yo. Oh, shit. He ain't even got to do much with that head. Y'all crazy, yo. So wrong with y'all. Y'all shot out, for real. Y'all ain't right. That's y'all own. That could be y'all uncle coming to y'all cookout, man. Y'all ain't right, man, for real. But yo, man, let me get up out of here. I ain't messing with y'all tonight with Mobley, man. I ain't rocking with y'all with Mobley tonight. We can do this tomorrow. Listen, I'm gonna call it how I see it. That's what. I can see that I can see that edge up from a mile away. I'm gonna call it how I see it. That's what and you telling me none of his homies ain't calling how he see it? Hey Mobley, man. If y'all going golfing, man.
They took his throat.
And your shit looking like this, champ. You going golfing with the homies and you looking like they ain't telling you about your edge up. Nah, bro. That shit ain't right, man. Because you know he look like he be going golfing and shit, so. Oh, shit. That nigga edge up all the way in his seat, nigga. That nigga get his cuff from Supercut, somebody said. Oh, shit. They charge that nigga $120 talking about his shit looks sharp. Nigga, you better go get that $120 back, nigga, plus that $20 tip. Oh, shit. That nigga getting his cut from Supercuts. Oh, shit, yo. Y'all shut out for real. Oh, shit. Let me get up out of here, though, gang, man. Love y'all, man, for real. I love y'all. I love the one that's rock with me. Love back, love and peace, man. But Supercuts, man. Y'all lying to Mobley, man. You get that man $120 back. But until then, man, hopefully we get some breaking news about more Nolan Wells tomorrow. My condolences, family. We bring a little bit of entertainment to this. Y'all know how I do it. We don't smoke news. We don't sit here and just be bored and cry and be sad. We bring a little entertainment to this. So when we see somebody like Mobley that ain't got no summers left, we're gonna call it how we see it. Know what I mean? So when we see Unc on the platform, he ain't got no summers left. We're gonna call it how we see it. Hey yo, shout out to Unc though, man. Shout out to Mobley, man. You know this entertainment, man. But man, I'm up out of here, man. I love y'all. We need a laugh though, not for nothing, cause this whole tragic story, this shit is nothing but sadness. Know what I mean? So hopefully we'll get some truth out though. He said Stephen A. Smith. That's Stephen A. Smith 2.0 right there. I ain't gonna hold you. But hopefully we'll get some breaking news with Mississippi by tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. Mississippi, man, we waiting on y'all. We want to see the results of his lungs, his throats, his neck structure, everything that you're obviously holding back in Mississippi. That shit ain't right, respectfully. So Mississippi, hopefully y'all drop the results tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Until then, my condolences to Mama Love, to the family. We bring a little bit of laughter to this, so rest in peace to Nolan Wells. The truth will come out. Justice for Nolan's, justice for Daniel Irvin's, and justice for the rest of the brothers out there that's look tragic and similar to not on Nolan Wells. So my condolences to everybody, man. I rock with y'all rock with me. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know how y'all boy do. I'm up out here, man. If they know, they know. Salute, gang. It's your boy Smoke News TV. I'm up out here, man.
Yeah. This is Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Let's get to it. Smoke News TV, where the truth gets revealed. Every headline getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field. Smoke News TV. I sit back and wait on it. Cause the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Breaking down the latest, every story got layers. Everybody got opinions, I'ma do the homework first. Looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Smoke News TV. Real Smoke News TV. We back in the no bias over here. I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hype your boy up.